New York City never slept, and neither did its richest man, Mr. William Carter. Every morning, he stepped out of his luxurious penthouse, dressed in an expensive black suit, his shiny shoes clicking against the marble floor. His face was always on the cover of magazines: the billionaire king, America's business genius, the man who owns New York. Everyone envied him. Everyone wanted to be him. But no one really knew him. William Carter had everything: money, fame, power. But deep inside, something was missing. Something he had forgotten long ago. Then one day, a letter from the past arrived. And everything changed. The letter that changed everything. In his grand office on the 50th floor of Carter Enterprises. William was going through business reports when his assistant, Linda, walked in. "Sir, this letter arrived for you." It wasn't sent through official mail. Someone dropped it off in person. Linda placed an old, yellowed envelope on his desk. It had no stamp, no return address, just his name, written in familiar handwriting. With a deep breath, William opened it. "Dear William, it has been many years. Do you still remember our promise? If you do, meet me at Maple Street. Your old friend, Ben." William's hands tightened around the paper. Ben. The name sent a flood of childhood memories rushing through his mind. Ben was his best friend. They had grown up in a small town, running through wheat fields, dreaming of becoming successful together. But when William left for college, chasing his dream of wealth, he had lost touch with Ben. He had forgotten all about him, until now. A journey back in time. That evening, William canceled all his meetings and took a taxi to Maple Street. It was far from the high-rise buildings and luxury he was used to. The road was quiet, lined with small shops and cozy cafes. Then he saw it, a tiny bookstore with an old wooden sign, "Ben's Books." William stepped inside, and there he was. Ben. No expensive suit, no fancy watch, just simple jeans, an old sweater, and a warm smile. "William?" Ben's eyes widened in surprise. William nodded, emotions choking him. "It's been a long time, Ben." Ben led him to a small wooden table, and they sat down. "I wasn't sure if you would come," Ben said. "Neither was I," William admitted. They talked for hours, remembering old times. But Ben's words soon took a serious turn. "I've been watching you, Will. You built an empire. You have everything you ever wanted. But tell me, are you happy?" William was caught off guard. No one had ever asked him that. People asked about his business, his wealth, but never about his happiness. I don't know," he finally said. Ben chuckled. "You always dreamed of being rich." "I dreamed of owning a bookstore." "We both got what we wanted. But I wonder, did we make the right choices?" William had no answer. A hidden truth. As they spoke, a young girl walked into the bookstore. She looked no older than 10, wearing worn-out clothes. She picked up a book and flipped through the pages eagerly. "Do you like that book?" Ben asked. The girl nodded. "But I don't have money." Ben smiled and handed her the book. "It's yours." Her eyes widened in joy. "Really? Thank you." She hugged the book and ran out. William watched in amazement. "Do you just give books away for free?" he asked. Ben laughed. "Sometimes. Some kids don't have money, but they love to read. I'd rather see them happy than see a few extra dollars in my pocket." William was silent. He had spent his life making money. Ben had spent his life giving it away. And strangely, Ben seemed much happier than he ever was. A shocking discovery. As William was leaving, Ben stopped him. "There's something I need to tell you," he said. Ben pulled out an old notebook. Inside were drawings and plans. William's eyes widened. These were their childhood sketches. Their dream business ideas, their plans to help people. "You forgot about these, didn't you?" Ben asked. William stared at the notebook, speechless. "This was our promise, William. To build something meaningful. You became a billionaire, but I think you lost sight of what really matters." William clenched his fists. "Are you saying I wasted my life?" Ben shook his head. "No. But I'm saying you have the power to do something bigger than just making money." A risky decision. That night, William couldn't sleep. He thought about his life, his choices, his emptiness. By morning, he had made a decision. He called a press conference. The world expected another business announcement. Instead, they got a shock. "I have spent my life chasing money," he said. "But I forgot about the simple joys of life. Starting today, I am investing half of my fortune into schools, small businesses, and charities." The audience gasped. Half of his fortune. His business partners called him crazy. The media exploded. Some people admired him, others thought he had lost his mind. But William didn't care. A new beginning. A week later, he returned to Ben's bookstore. "I want to help," William said. "Let's turn this place into something bigger. A library, a community center, a place where people can read, learn, and grow." Ben grinned. Now that's the William the First remember. Together, they transformed the bookstore into a learning hub. Children came to read, students found quiet places to study, and families came together to share stories. But William didn't stop there. He traveled across the country, helping struggling businesses, supporting education, and using his money for good. People no longer called him the rich American. Now, they called him the generous billionaire. And for the first time in years, William felt truly rich. Moral of the story: money is important, But true wealth is in the lives we touch, the happiness we create, and the promises we keep.